Meghan Markle dripping in diamonds, literally thousands of pounds worth of diamonds, and hopefully going to be dripping in even more. As ever, let me explain. Hi, nice to see you. Thank you so much for your time. You're right today. I'm not so bad, thank you. And by the way, I'm really glad you enjoyed this story regarding, of course, those old movie houses that sadly all got pulled down. Couldn't believe the story, by the way. Oh, we haven't done a wave, sorry. I couldn't believe the story, by the way, about the Roxy in New York. Apparently the biggest cinema in the world when it opened in 1927. 5,000 people all watching a movie. Can you imagine what that would have been like? That's like football stadium, isn't it? You know, sort of netball, football, whatever you call it, you know, stadium-sized stuff. And it was filled sometimes 3 times a day. That was the power of the movies back then. If you haven't checked it out, do have a look. I think you'll enjoy it. It's all about a wonderful lady that not many people now think about, but I do, Gloria Swanson, a pioneer in the world of cinema, along with the likes of D.W. Griffiths and Charlie Chaplin, Max Sennett, all of those people. They shaped what we watch today. Without them pushing ahead, we might not even have this. Well, it might be a blessing, I know, but you know, you never know. This is the thing. The thing we might not have as well, of course, is this. Meghan Markle's cookery show on Netflix, yes. Now, you may have seen this headline the other day about Meghan's ban from wearing clothes and, you know, selling clothes and all that sort of stuff. And I told you behind that basically it doesn't really make any difference. You can't ban somebody from wearing labelled clothes. As we saw in that recent Instagram video that Meghan made, if you remember, you know, the one where she's got a children's name wrapped on a sort of corner of her collar, you know. Everything is done for maximum effect, you know. Make no two bones about it, trust me. It's about that, right? And here's where it gets even more interesting, because now, as you can imagine, without sort of recipes to follow, without branding as it's stuff, you know, there's nothing to buy, nothing's ready, right? Nothing is ready, and that's your problem. Well, Meghan and her team already decided that this might be problematic, as you know, when they made the show virtually a year ago, coming up now in March, April and May. And this is because they decided to deck Meghan out in various designer exclusive, you know, jewels. Now, apparently, according to the source that worked on the show, she was gifted them. Some were borrowed and some were just literally loaned for the day, brought in with security guards, all that sort of stuff. Now, I asked the question, who wears sort of jewellery and rings and necklaces and stuff while cooking? If you're serious, you know, I was always told, remove everything. Well, not everything, you know, but, you know, you keep the apron on, but you know what I mean, so that it doesn't get contaminated or anything like that. But this is what you're selling, you know, when Meghan picks up flowers or stuff like that, you're supposed to be looking at maybe the necklace or the bracelet she's got on, the shoes, the jacket, everything. All of that is what she's hoping that she's going to make money on. You see, as I told you, when she tried to monetize her husband with Christian Dior when he turned up at the coronation, she hoped that that would sink into her, that they would think, wow, power couple, we need to both dress these people. Dior weren't having it for whatever reason. That's their, you know, argument. I'm not so sure. But again, where it gets more interesting is the fact that clearly Meghan now believes that jewels, you know, necklaces, earrings, stuff like that, they are the way forward. And what Meghan is hoping to do is that people will maybe, you know, think, hey, she could go down the line of her own jewellery range, you know, not necessarily selling these expensive designer things like Cartier, Van Cleef, that sort of stuff, Tiffany, but, you know, suddenly, well, why don't you do your own range? You know, she's looking at every opportunistic moment, because obviously the television screen and the eyeballs will be picked apart. Whatever people say about they're not watching it, this will rate very well, simply because it's TV gold, it's comedy gold. People will look at this and think, wow, you know, could it be this bad or could it be this good, depending on whether you're a fan or not. And she knows that what she wears, and we've seen this with the Northwest sweatshirt and all that sort of stuff, you know, she knows people are picking up on that, and that really is the selling point. Whether you can transcend that into people actually buying things with books, well, that remains to be seen. But either way, Meghan and her team believe that that is the way forward. And as I said, designer clothes, plugging clothes, selling clothes or not, she will monetize every possible facet, even down to the band that she ties her hair back with. And I've been told that for a fact. Right, Meghan? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.